In a bid to reduce the occurrence of breast cancer in our society, an awareness organized by a group of health personnel was carried out at Agbogbooke Market, Yaba in Ondo Town in order to sensitize women of the risk factor that predisposes one to get breast cancer. Here's more on the story. In a bid to reduce the occurrence of breast cancer that is characterized by the abnormal growth of cells in the breast, an awareness was carried out at Agbogbooke Market, Yaba in Ondo Town in order to sensitize women of the risk factor that predisposes one to get breast cancer.
It can be caused based on some factors. Most times it is genetic, but sometimes it can be due to other things like radiation and lifestyle could also influence the way whether it would occur or not.
This awareness we gain a lot because the sister will explain to us how to prevent breast cancer, what we are to do and what we are not to do.
Before now, some of us don't know what it means. A person might have it but not be aware. We are thankful for the enlightenment. They say if there is anything we observe, we shouldn't think it's spiritual attack, because there might be a red spot on the breast. People might think it's spiritual attack. We've been told it's not spiritual attack, but visit the hospital for thorough checkup. Take enough water every time. Take exercise early in the morning.
Women were enlightened on the symptoms they likely would see and feel when breast cancer occurs. However, the health crew explained that its occurrence starts when some breast cells begin to grow abnormally. These cells divide more rapidly than healthy cells do and continue to accumulate, forming a lump or mass.
Breast cancer sometimes can be preventable and sometimes it might not be preventable. When it is not preventable, it's most likely when it is due to inheritance. If one family member has it, there's high tendency for the person to also come down with breast cancer. So what happens in such person is the person has to take extra precaution, modify lifestyle, and also have regular checkup to ensure that he or she doesn't come down with breast cancer.
According to her, she said that we should check our breast every day and we should take some exercise to prevent the breast cancer.
I used to be aware of this tutorial. We were taught to do exercises on our bed as we wake up in the morning. We can take our left or right hand to examine our breast, and if any pain is felt, we should visit the hospital to lay complaint. What I was able to learn today in conjunction with the exercise is the kind of food we are to eat to nourish our body system. We were taught to eat vegetable, fruits, desist from too much soft drink intakes, less intake of groundnut oil and every other food that can affect our body or the breast.
Overwhelmed by the awareness and the free blood pressure checkups offered to them, the sensitized market women advised their fellow women to take precautions against developing breast cancer.
Many of them do not have the right information, and without right information, they won't be able to take the right action. Because many of them feel that, oh, breast cancer is probably a spiritual attack, it's maybe like a ball that will go over time. And we see that, the incidence, the incidence rate of breast cancer is increasing yearly, and we can see that it's preventable and treatable with the right information and with the right action.
My own advice to my fellow women is to do what they ask us to do, take proper exercise, eat good food, and not to take too much salt and too much sugary something, and something that made with flour should not be taken all the time.
My advice to my fellow women is that if there is anyone with feelings on lumps in the breast, should immediately visit the hospital. Shouldn't believe it's spiritual attack, as it's not every health issues result from spiritual attack. It is better to visit a hospital in order to get adequate health attention, and every drugs given must be used.
With the high incidence and mortality rates associated with breast cancer in low and middle-income countries like Nigeria, there is a need for efforts to be made to create more awareness about the disease, especially among uneducated women, and proper structures for early detection, because proper education of women in both rural and urban areas and affordable screening programs developed, the chances of survival can be increased. Damlola Ajao reporting for KAFTAN TV News.